What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play Kid Icarus Uprising. In the last episode, a lot of crazy things happened in Chapter 18, but now it's time to continue the story with Chapter 19, The Lightning Chariot. This is also one of the longest chapters in the entire game, but we're still gonna play on 5.0, so let's go!
I'm ready to roll!
Then let's get to rescuing Palutena.
Underworld troops on the scene!
I'll send in some backup. If they get in your way, I'll pull them out.
You know, it can be really nice when you try.
Right, so Verity will send in some forces of nature to give you a hand, but if you do attack them, I believe they will leave the battlefield, so be careful.
The force field around Palutena's temple is incredibly strong. We're going to need to borrow the Lightning Chariot.
That sounds awesome!
It's a super fast battle carriage that travels the galaxy. It's also pulled by unicorns.
And that's what I'm gonna use to break through the force field?
Exactly.
So basically, you're telling me to slam a horse cart into a brick wall.
Sure, if you want to put it crudely.
Which means I might die.
Well, anything's possible.
Does the Lightning Chariot at least have airbags?
Last I checked, no.
I'm not a safety nut, but even I draw the line somewhere.
So you don't really care about saving Palutena after all. She could be in agony at this very moment. She could be trapped inside a dungeon of madness. She could be crying out, "Oh, help me, Pit! Oh, please!"
Okay. I guess it is my duty to rescue her.
Yeah, I know. That was my point.
Well, she does make a good argument, even if she was sort of like guilt-tripping Pit there.
Aren't I a little low to be flagging down a galactic chariot?
It's not like those chicken wings of yours are really helping any.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I've got a great plan.
This ought to be good.
Have you ever been to the circus pit? My favorite act is the human cannonball. It's just such a thrill ride.
Where are you going with this?
We're going to do our own version, but with an angel instead.
No way! Absolutely not!
Ugh, you're so boring. Where's your sense of adventure?
I'm not really sure it's about the sense of adventure, more of like, this thing could kill me in an instant.
3, 2, 1, fire!
I could have been blown to smithereens!
But you weren't. Look on the bright side.
So, what's all this?
These are patterns formed by galactic particles. Beautiful, aren't they?
They really are, and I know I've said this several times before, but this game just does look incredible. Like, visually speaking, there are some very nice areas, and this is definitely one of them. Like, this might be one of, like, my favorite scenes that you fly through in the entire game, just because it looks so stinking cool, and it only gets better.
The underworld presence is very strong.
Do you think they're after the Lightning Chariot too?
Huh? Here it comes behind you, Pit!
It is cruising!
The chariot's headed for its home base. Stay on it.
Well, I mean, I'll do my best, Verity, but remember, you're the one controlling my flight path here, so that's kind of up to you.
Well, hello again, friends.
Hades!
Not you again.
Just look at the two of you sneaking around behind Palutena's back. It's classic.
Shut your mouth!
What do you want, Hades?
The Lightning Chariot, obviously.
You creep. Just go away already.
It's one slick ride. A veritable goddess magnet, if you will.
Please. I'm a goddess, and I would never ride in that thing.
But Kitty here sure likes it.
Are you only here to get in our way?
My intentions are always honorable. You know that.
Whatever you're really up to, we're going to find out.
It gives me such pleasure to see you suffer, Pity Pat.
Just ignore it, Pit. The Lightning Chariot is up ahead.
We've got to get to it before the underworld does.
Both the Lightning Chariot and its master are in that tower. I'll drop you off on the ground floor.
Okay, I'll make my way up from there.
Just so you know, the tower's really, really tall. Get ready to feel the burn.
No worries Affirmative! So the Lightning Chariot is in this tower, huh?
Who dares trespass on my domain? Leave before you get hurt.
Who said that?
I've had many names in my life. Now I am called the Chariot Master.
Oh, great! You're the guy I'm looking for. Listen, I have a favor to ask you. Would you mind if I borrow your chariot for just a little while?
Your foolishness is matched only by your rudeness. How dare you charge in here flinging unreasonable requests at me? Half a mind to turn you into galactic roadkill.
You can't really blame him for being upset. That was kind of rude.
Then I guess there's only one thing I can do. I'll go talk to this chariot master guy in person. He's at the top of this tower, right?
That's right. Hey, look at you acting all assertive. You're just grabbing life by the horns and shaking it until it moves.
Yeah, whatever you say, Viridian. I'm not really sure people actually use that expression. Like, I've heard similar expressions before, but, not that way.
So, is there an elevator in this tower?
Oh, would Prince Pit like me to scatter rose petals in his path, too? Listen, this is the only way up, so you'd better get a move on.
Well, I mean, hey, the rose petals would be kinda nice.
You'll need to ride that platform to move forward.
You know what's weird, Viridi?
What?
There sure are a lot of underworld troops here.
This tower does seem to be lacking proper defenses.
Any riffraff could just waltz on in. After all, pity here had no problem. But I must admit that I adore running amok in other people's homes.
Another uninvited guest? Very well. At least show your face, so my lightning chariot can erase you from existence.
Yeah, the Chariot Master seems kind of threatening. Anyways, though, like I was saying, this level in particular is the longest or one of the longest levels in the entire game. There's really only one other level that I think might be longer than this, but I'm pretty sure this takes the cake.
Those floor panels alternate between hurting you and not hurting you. They don't seem to have any effect on those underworld enemies, though. Odd.
That's a known issue. It'll be resolved in the next version of the tower.
Someone needs a better QA department.
Oh man, the dialogue between like Viridi the Chariot Master and Pit are some of the best. But yeah, this stage pretty much consists of going up the tower, fighting a bunch of enemies, and then continuing to go up the tower.
The underworld has taken position up on top of the pillars.
Well, what goes up must come down.
There are some like differences, of course, in each of the rooms with like different gimmicks, like the wind or the electric floor, or now these pillars, and so on and so forth. But, yeah, it's pretty much the same, and it's not exactly the most, like, interesting chapter. Like, you play it really for the story rather than the gameplay anyways, especially in this chapter, because by the time you're done, my gosh, do you want it to be done. It's one of those stages.
Jump pads will help you over any gaps in the walkway.
Man, climbing this tower is really a pain.
Oh, someone sounds like he wants a piggyback ride.
Hey, I mean, if you're offering, that would be really great.
Okay, so we've got rolling obstacles.
And don't forget the jump pads.
Something seems familiar about this.
I guess the Chariot Master has played Donkey Kong.
Alright, so let's play some Donkey Kong, guys, and do your best to actually nail these correctly, because, yeah, those balls do a ton of damage. I'm surprised that thing, like, actually hit me. I guess I was a little bit too slow on my timing. I think the balls do get faster, like, the higher up you go, so make sure you take that into consideration when going for those jump pads. But we made it through without taking too much damage, which is great.
Whoa, it's solid ice.
Using an ether ring should keep you from slipping around.
Why does the Chariot Master have a vehicle of the gods?
Isn't it obvious?
Are you saying you're a god?
I'm not saying anything.
Ugh, then why even bring it up?
Well, probably just to add to the mystery and confusion around his character, because he is one of the most interesting characters in this game, in my opinion, and we will learn a lot about him in the boss battle for this chapter. So until then, I'm just sort of going to let the game give us all the information we need through, like, the dialogue and just, like, sort of explain his character a little bit more.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Because the mystery is one of my favorite aspects of this chapter.
Be careful you don't step on any landmines.
I'll do my best.
Mines certainly are useless on floating underworld monsters.
Yes, I'm quite aware of that.
Defense really isn't your strong suit, is it? Whatever. Defenses are for the weak and insecure.
You know what I don't understand? why did Veridi choose to, like, put us on the ground floor? Because we flew in here with, like, no problem whatsoever. Why didn't we just, like, fly to the very top of the tower?
Hey there, grind rail. Time to give these barking dogs a rest.
And I swear, that's, like, never explained in the dialogue whatsoever, so they probably could have done that.
Hey, there's an oversized bowling ball and some ugly bowling pins.
My troops are a worthy sacrifice for the sport of kings.
But whatever, we got some bowling to do. Hopefully we get a strike. Aw, man, we were 1 pin off. Can we pick up the spare? Yeah, we got the spare, though, so you know what? It was worth it. I wish I could bowl that well in, like, real life. Well, I kind of can. I have good days and bad days when I go bowling. More bad than good, but occasionally I can get, like, a really good game.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
I think, like, the highest I ever bowled was, like, a 230 or a 240, which isn't very good, but, I don't bowl a lot.
A severe wind advisory is in effect up ahead.
Thanks for the heads up, but no little breeze is going to slow me down.
Anyways, enough about bowling, though. We got some wind hazards in this room, so we need to be a little bit careful. There are speed boots in that chest if you want them, although, I can't really say they help out a whole lot in this room. In fact, they might make it a little bit harder just because, yeah, you do run faster, but, makes it a little bit easier to fall off the edges, if you know what I mean, especially when you get up here. So, thankfully, ours just ran out, and, now the pathway is clear, so as long as we do this correctly, we should be able to get through here without falling off. Yeah, there we go. And let's heal up and onward to the next area.
How convenient.
Oh, I'm so pleased that it meets your approval.
Well, I mean, hey, it's not like you're the one scaling this tower. Anytime you can get on a grind rail is, like, really awesome because Pit won't get tired out. Like, that's the one annoying thing I hate the most about this chapter is that, Pit will get tired out in the time it takes him to run from one floor to the next, and that is, like, so obnoxious, but, whatever.
Look, the Chariot Master has an exo-turret.
Maybe he's a gearhead.
Or a nerd.
I just love the way Hades actually says that line. I swear, he has some of the best dialogue.
Cool. It's a path made of light.
Well, this is a nice design, Flourish.
No, it's a practice track for the Lightning Chariot. It's not for amateurs.
Well, I don't know about that because, I'm pretty amateurish and I'm going through here just fine. But yeah, you want to make sure you boost at the end, that way you make that jump. And now we can move on.
So, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
You know that saying that there are no bad questions? Well, there are. And this is one of them. We are not there yet! But I do wish there was a way to speed up this process.
Yeah, sadly there isn't. Thankfully, we are kind of almost to the top, although I think we did just, like, accidentally skip over some dialogue because I hit that crystal before Veridi finished. Oh well.
Success!
Alright, so yeah, after you, like, knock all those things down, now we just gotta take out all these underworld troops, and then we can ride this elevator up a little bit more into the tower. Like, it's not gonna take us to the very top, but we will, like, sort of be one step closer. I think this actually might be the very first level, like, in the game, where there's sort of like a mid-stage loading screen, because normally it goes from, like, flight segment, loading screen, to the ground segment, then loading screen, then the boss, whereas this chapter has, like, a loading screen in the middle of the ground segment, which is coming up, I believe, right when we enter that jump panel. So, let's go then!
Now, what do we have here?
It's time for my minions to do their thing. Underlings, I'm offering 100 gold for the Potz's head.
The name's Pit.
Yes, I know. Your tenure as a ring doesn't seem to have had any effect on that keen wit of yours.
You know that I was turned into a ring?
Oh, is it a secret? Then don't mind me. Mum's the word.
Did you turn me into a ring?
Wow, you really are clueless. Don't you know, Pit? You're the cause of all this chaos.
What? That makes no sense.
Don't let him get to you, Pit. The Underworld Army is the one to blame.
Why, thank you. That's the sweetest thing I've ever heard you say.
You know what? You're annoying.
Yow, she's feisty. Wear gloves for this one, minions.
Oh man, I swear, Hades is literally just here to bother us and get in our way. But it's surprising how fast that changes.
Are we there yet?
Yes! If by there, you mean at a maze. But it's not that big, so you shouldn't have much trouble.
Alright, this maze is pretty straightforward. It's not really a maze, in fact. Like, you'll be able to get through here your first try, no problem, even if you don't know where you're going. There's just like a couple of areas that you might want to hit up along the way, because there are some areas where you can get some extra health. Like, for instance, if we take out this guy, there's a bunch of food just waiting for us right over there. So you can use that to restore your HP if you need to. If not, just head in this direction. And you want to make sure you go over both of these bridges, because if you do that, it basically means you're going the right way. And we should be at the end very soon. I did not even see that guy there, so whatever. Thankfully, yeah, you can just like roll right through him or like damage boost through him, no problem. And oh man, let's take out this guy very quickly before he spawns too many of like those other underworld enemies, because those guys hurt a lot. And I do not want to deal with them while walking up this segment. So there we go, that actually worked out fairly well, thank goodness.
I've got a heaping helping of underworld goodness for you, Pit.
He's saying that more enemies are on their way. Clever, huh?
Yeah? Well, I whipped up a club-your-face sandwich. Hope you're hungry.
Oh, Pit, I've said this several times before, man. We gotta work on your trash talk. It is just not up to par, dude. I mean, you're trying your hardest, and I appreciate that, but, we gotta work on it. There's, like, better things that you could say to, like, sound way cooler. Anyways, though, yep, got ourselves another enemy gauntlet, which, isn't really different from, like, anything else we've experienced thus far in this level. Honestly, like, the first time I played through this stage, by the time I got to, like, this point, my hand was cramping so much, because obviously I'm playing this on, like, the original 3DS, so, like, it's super small, not like a large 3DS XL or anything like that. Like, playing it on that is a lot more comfortable. Playing it on this small thing, it does cramp your hands up quite a bit, especially if you have like larger hands like myself. Thankfully, I got smart and I started using like the plastic stand that came with this game, and that actually makes it a lot more comfortable to play. So I know a lot of people don't actually like that, but I would recommend using that for like these longer stages. That way, like, your hand doesn't cramp up as you're going through here.
Walking's for chumps.
Up you go.
It's like watching a roller skating chicken.
Don't even pretend that that's not awesome.
You know, honestly, Hades, like a roller skating chicken, that would probably get like a ton of views on YouTube, so I would probably watch that too. Like, it would be pretty interesting to see. Alright, thank goodness for this grind rail. Like, this is gonna take us up pretty high into the tower, skipping over, I guess, what would be just like more floors that we would have to go through, although they're technically not there, so I guess we don't have to, like, go through them. But yeah, regardless, this grind rail is really going to sort of speed things up, and now we're almost to the top.
Look at me go! I'm all...
Eloquently put as always.
That's like one of those moments where you pause and you're like, wow, so this guy is actually the most competent person in Palutena's entire army.
Score!
Hop on in, Pit. Chabot is pure mechanical brawn wrapped in an adorable package. So decimate anything that gets in your way.
Consider it done!
Alright, so now we got a Chabot, and you guys should know the drill by now. It's another underworld enemy gauntlet, so let's get rid of all these enemies as fast as we can, which should be pretty easy given how like strong the Chabot actually is. I mean, I know like our current weapon is pretty strong and it does have a decent fire rate, but I think the Chabot is still slightly better than like any weapon that we could bring into any of the levels. So I love using this thing. It's really a shame that like we can't keep it for the rest of the level, because I'd love to.
And that's the end of them! Are we there yet?
Good job, and no, not yet. But there's just a little ways to go. Oh, and I have a special treat for you up ahead.
Oh boy, I wonder what it is. Is it these jump pads? Because that's really not that special. But I guess it does make, like, getting up the tower just a tad easier. And oh, do not want to mess with that guy. Let's just head in here as quick as we can.
What is this? A huge hot spring!
You're not the only hot spring fan.
I'm pretty sure like every god and goddess would be like a hot spring fan. I mean, what's not to like? It heals you up and it's awesome.
Pit, I have some exciting news for both of us. The Chariot Master is just ahead. So you can finally stop asking me if we're there yet!
Oh, thank goodness. Yes, this is it, guys. We made it to the boss.
The Lightning Chariot!
Grab the reins on Foss there.
Gee, thanks!
You misunderstand. This is no gift. If you want the Lightning Chariot, you must prove your worth.
You need 2 unicorns to pull the Lightning Chariot. That means you have to defeat the Chariot Master and get the other one.
That won't be a problem.
Now, let's begin.
This isn't how I wanted things to go. But I have to save Lady Palutena.
I understand better than you know. My own master, I would not hesitate to dirty these hands.
So you serve someone as well?
I did. I've suffered countless war wounds, none greater than the loss of my master. I once had many comrades in arms, but they too have returned to the dust. All I have left in this life are my faithful steeds, Foss and Lux.
Oh.
My body has long since degraded. Now my soul grows thin. Warrior's path inevitably leads to loss. I have no qualms about this. But you are no warrior, Angel. Tell me, why do you fight?
I fight for Lady Palutena, and I fight for the people under her protection.
And that's why I love the Chariot Master.
I win!
Well done.
Yeah, his fight's pretty easy. Just shoot him a bunch and he goes down eventually.
What's happening to you?
I seem to have drowned in your reservoir of strength. You've proven yourself worthy of my Lightning Chariot.
Wait, I don't want it to end this way.
This is the only way things can end for an old warrior. I have no regrets. I'm trusting you with Foss and Lux, and the future of this realm.
He was an honorable warrior. Don't let his death be in vain. Now let's go save Palutena.
Kind of a somber death, honestly. Like, you do feel bad for the Chariot Master, but at the same time, he knew what he was doing, and he died a noble warrior's death. Anyways, though, I think that's going to do it for this episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.